What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Party on Broad Mock 5.0 here. Today, we are doing a 7-round Eagles mock using PFF's Mock Draft Simulator. And to help us out, as always, my man, Ryan Reese of Philly Sports Alliance. What's good, Ryan?
Not much, man. Ready to go. We got 1 week till the big show. So why not do a little mocking, right?
I love it. I'm going to ask you right straight ahead, man. Eagles are 1 week away from the Super Bowl. Has their success in the playoffs changed your thought process, how the Eagles should manage this upcoming draft?
You know, I don't think it has. I think what it will do is it may affect who we retain in free agency. We have a bunch of veterans that are pending free agents. We have a bunch of young players that could potentially be here for the long haul. And I'm hoping that a Super Bowl victory kind of gets everybody together and says, let's run it back and get some hometown discounts,
Yes, sir. It's going to be a really crazy offseason for the Philadelphia Eagles. Do you want to start or do you want me to start? Your choice, man.
I can start.
All right, Ryan Reese, go ahead, man. Your screen is sharing.
All right, let's just hit start on this thing.
There's no theme in this one. If you've watched any of our previous mocks, we usually do themes for these, like Chaos Draft, the Trade Back, all that kind of stuff, the Dream Draft. This one, we're just doing a straight-up 7-round mock with trades and see where we're at. Go ahead, Ryan.
All right. So looks like... Here. It looks like all of the people I was hoping to fall to me did not. A couple of quarterbacks, an Anthony Richardson sighting with Carolina.
Wow, to the Panthers, Anthony Richardson, man. PFF loves them, some Anthony Richardson.
They really do. They really do. I'm very curious as to when some of the other major mock draft sites kind of catch up and get themselves going for the offseason, how they kind of shake out with quarterbacks. So let's check out some of the trades I have available. Looks like Houston's wanting to jump up 2 spots, which I am all for because I will gladly get some I guess they won't take that.
I would probably do that trade. All right, we have some comments real quick. John's in the house saying, mock. What's up, John? Dylan says, I took a Hindu gas station Viagra 3 days ago, and I still have my daughter's right there, man.
Wow.
Any suggestions? Nah, man. You always come in hot with these fire comments. Y'all ain't no GMs. Those are facts. Good job, Dylan. Did you get denied?
Yeah, I'm getting denied all over the place. I don't know. I mean, again, it's nice to have an early 3rd rounder to move 2 spots back, but you know what? That's great. I'll say it. Okay, so they accept it. Not the worst thing in the world. Get an extra 3rd to move back 2 spots. Oh, wow. 42? Yeah, no thank you. So I guess I am on the clock now with no trade options to trade back. And again, we all know that this is going to be very dependent on our free agency here, but I'm going to go with a corner because I truly believe that there is no way that we are going to be able to keep Gardner Johnson and Bradbury. I think Bradbury is the more likely to go, just given the salary that he's going to command on the open market. So I'm going to replace Bradbury instantly with Christian Gonzalez, which I think would be a great pairing with Soleil. And I'll just kind of pause it there for you. So Christian Gonzalez.
Christian Gonzalez. I love the selection. I am on the clock. Let me share my screen. Dylan chimes in again. What if Howie trades both our first-round picks to move up and grab Will Anderson for our Chaos mock? That is what Ryan did. He moved up and grabbed the great Will Anderson. So we've done that mock.
I've done that. Yeah, check the tapes. As I said.
All right, I'm on the clock here. I'm going to hit start so we don't waste any time here. Jalen Carter, number 1. Yeah, love it, man. As one of the few that actually think he's 1A to Will Anderson 1B. Did you see Daniel Jeremiah, I believe, had him number 1 in his big board? That made me happy. I was kind of getting some heat with that Jalen Carter take. But here we go. Wow, Brian Brzee at number 9. I'm sitting here for the Birds. Wow, I've got 7 trade offers. I usually don't see 7. 7 seems like a lot.
It is a lot.
Let's see. I want to just skim real quick. Bryce Young, Will Levis, CJ Stroud. So teams are wanting to trade up for sure. I've got the Jets wanting to trade up. The Patriots. Yeah, let's stick with the Jets.
No.
Let's see. I'm going to trade back as well. I'm taking that 43, and I'll give them 95. Let's do it. I'm good with that. So we are trading back.
Anthony Richardson, yeah, that makes sense.
So who did you take? You took Gonzalez, correct?
Gonzalez. Witherspoon had gotten, I think, like 7th or 8th. So
I'm going to look at what else is available. The Green Bay Packers.
I mean, another 2 spots back,
With what's on the board, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
So let's see here.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't do that, but can't hurt to try, right?
There we go. All right, we traded back again. Got a couple extra picks, and you took Christian Gonzalez. I might follow up the same thing here, man.
Yeah, but you're taking him a couple spots behind me, so that's better value, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I'm sitting here at pick number 15, trying to decide what to do here for the Eagles. These trades keep coming in. They keep coming in. This is wild.
This is starting to look like your chaos draft all over again.
I didn't necessarily want to do that.
Hey, you got to take what you're given, right?
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to just do what you did and take Christian Gonzalez. I made some moves here that I'm pretty happy about, unless I'm not trading back all the way to 24 here. I'm going to take the BPA, and that Christian Gonzalez is sensational. I think this is really good value for 15 as the draft rolls, and I picked up a couple more second rounders. So we are going to be firing on all cylinders for the Eagles on day 2, man, which is one of the strengths of this draft. Insanely deep in several different positions, which we'll get to. I'll throw it to you.
Okay. Go ahead. All right. Let's see as we're getting up to the Eagles' 31st pick.
Yeah, Kyrie Irving to Dallas Mavericks, man. I'm not an Irving fan. I think that dude is a cancer. I don't like that move for Dallas.
No, but I do love it for the Sixers. Get him out of the East, and now we don't have to worry about him.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Brooklyn is, whatever. All right, so let's just see what options I have here. 38. I don't know if I want to trade back 7 spots, considering who I see here on my board. A lot of good names here. I love building up the offensive line, so I'm looking at Osiris there, but I
Yeah.
think that's just not where I want to go right now. And I think I'm going to go and build up the D line and go with Andre Carter II out of Army. Get another edge in here. Again, we have a couple of pending free agents. You don't know what's going to happen with Brandon Graham. Plus, obviously, he is getting up there in age, although he had a fantastic season. So even if he does come back, you're just only getting younger on that line, building that depth. I think it's a no-brainer. Build the line. Andre Carter II for my pick.
Can I chime in?
Yes.
I'm going to just put mine up on here, and I'm sitting at 31. I have also Andre Carter, and I just want to say I'm taking Will McDonald the fourth with my selection for the purpose of just plugging my Senior Bowl content, because Andre Carter, if there was a loser of the Senior Bowl, it was Andre Carter. He got beat all week.
Yeah, I didn't. I haven't kept up with Senior Bowl stuff just yet. That's unfortunate for him because his draft stock was certainly rising pre Senior Bowl. So that's unfortunate that it seems like it's going to take a little bit of a hit here.
Will McDonald was one of my big winners of the Senior Bowl. If you haven't already, go check out my winners on defense. It's just one-on-ones. What does the Senior Bowl really mean? Not that much in the grand scheme of things, because the games matter, the tape matters. But for me, Will McDonald has one of the best spin moves I've ever seen from an edge rusher. Just check it out. Will McDonald's spin move, man, and you'll be like, wow, that guy has an arsenal of moves. One of the elite pass rushers in this draft. And to get him at 31, I think is a good deal. So that's my take on that situation. So I'm going to resume this draft, and I'll throw it to you.
All righty. Okay.
Blue City Empire says, what wide receiver do you guys see the New York Giants draft in 2023? Blue City Empire Sports, let me know, because you know the Giants way more than I do, but they seem to have a lot of like smallish slot guys on their roster. Is that correct? So if I'm thinking correctly, I think the Giants are probably looking for some sort of boundary wide receiver that can probably take the top off of defense, that kind of guy.
Definitely. Yeah, no, I agree with that assessment too. It seems like they just need a kind of a bigger guy out there. All right, so let's just check out this trade offer. 66. I already have 65, so it's not like I'm not going to get somebody I like here. All right, you know what? I think I'm gonna stick to it. And you know what? I saw, unfortunately, the guy I definitely like, Jahmyr Gibbs, went a few picks earlier, and I truly believe that we are not re-signing Miles Sanders, so we're certainly going to need somebody back there to add to the mix. And I know you love this guy, and I know you'll be happy with this. UCLA, Zach Charbonnet.
Nice.
Easy selection for me. And yeah. Do you want to switch over? Or do you want me to take this pick? Because
you're good. Hold on. Yeah, I'll switch over. Hold on. There we go. There's me. I'm at 43 because I traded back. Blue City Empire Sports says, yes, you are correct. The only wide receiver that I know might come out in the first round is wide receiver Zay Flowers and Jordan Addison. I would look up Jalen Hyatt for you guys. Terrific. Arguably the best in terms of stretching a defense. Major deep threat. Tennessee, man. He's lightning fast. Jalen Hyatt. Jordan Addison's one. Quentin Johnston if he falls. But
yeah, I can see Addison to the Giants for sure. That seems like a giant already, honestly.
And then Jackson Smith and Jigba, I mean, I think he's going to be, at the end of the day, wide receiver one, for me at least. The wide receiver class is all over the place. A lot of fluctuations on draft evaluations with those guys. That's going to be one class that goes crazy. And speaking of crazy, and crazy release off the line of scrimmage, I'm going off the beaten path here. I'm going to go with my number one of Senior Bowl. I'm going to go with a guy that is so ridiculously fast. The leading touchdown dude from 2022. That is Tank Dell out of Houston. You look at Devontae, you look at A.J. Brown. Put this guy in the slot, man. Nobody is stopping this Eagles offense. Tank Dell at 43 is an absolute steal, man. If you watch this guy play, it's almost a joke how quick he is. His acceleration, change of direction ability is just all elite. So that is my selection. Tank Dell.
Nice.
Oh, I'm on the clock again. Might as well go again.
Geez, yeah, go again. I was going to say, I think that definitely fits because, Quez Watkins certainly had an underwhelming season. I think we all had higher expectations. And, he just either combination of not being used maybe as much as we had initially thought and just him not taking the opportunities that he was given. I could definitely see them coming in and getting a third wide receiver to kind of compete and build with this offense.
Mm-hmm. For sure. There's your dude, Jalen Hyatt. Deion Henley. Oh, my gosh. Keanu Benton is a really strong pick. Rashee Rice, Blue City Empire Sports. Go check out Rashee Rice. He might be a really fit there if you're looking for a boundary guy that can make contested catches and things like that. For the sake of changing things up, you took Charbonnet, correct?
Correct.
All right, so I'm not going to go that route because he's sitting there, and I like him a whole lot.
Yeah, you do.
Isaac Kancey's sitting there, and I remember I saw like Mel Kiper or like
I think it was Mel Kiper had us taking him at 10.
Yeah, that's not happening. Not happening. So I'm looking at who's available here. I got to think where to go here. John Michael Schmitz is a center, but at the Senior Bowl, he played all three spots on the interior. Is it too early at 45 to take an interior guy? I'm not so sure. Maybe it is. Worth noting, Keon White was an absolute beast at the Senior Bowl. Like that guy might be a round one dude at the end of the day through the draft process. That's how high he's climbing here. So Keon White is a major riser. So where do we go from here? Let me just real quick skim. Jahmyr Gibbs is sitting there.
Oh, wow.
We all know about my love for Jahmyr Gibbs. Deion Henley was arguably the biggest winner at the linebacker position, right there with Ivan Pace. There's Foskey. Tyreek Stevenson, but I already got Christian Gonzalez. Yeah, this one's tough. I like a lot of these guys. Sidney Brown had a really good Senior Bowl as well. He was making plays, but I'm going to go. I'm going to stick with playmakers, and I'm going to stick in the SEC. And I'm going to go Darnell Washington with my selection. So we are. I'm going to pause my draft real quick and change it to yours. You never go wrong when you're loading up from the SEC. But right now I've got Darnell Washington and Tank Dell. Tank Dell is the speed. Darnell Washington is the huge, hulking, great blocking tight end red zone threat for Jalen Hurts. One of the biggest strengths of the Eagles this year was the red zone ability to get touchdowns, and Darnell Washington is going to be elite at that from the jump. We already know he's going to be a great run blocker, and that's what the Eagles love to do the most. And they like to kind of cement their will with their run blocking. And to be fair, like coming into the Eagles, the way A.J. Brown blocks, the way we've seen even Devontae Smith blocks, like Dallas Goedert has grown leaps and bounds with his blocking, just adding more levels of elite to this Eagles offense.
Yeah, no, it's I've definitely I think even early in the off season last year, about getting another tight end here. And while I think we all maybe didn't know too much about Calcaterra and still don't, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, I think kind of having somebody that can kind of come in and just be that 1B to Goddard 1A eventually would be great. This offense, I mean, it'd be scary to add another weapon,
Yeah.
So, all right. So I'm on the clock. I got six. I'm at number 65. I already got myself an edge in a corner. I wouldn't mind another D lineman, interior D lineman. And some of these guys are starting to look pretty good, but man, I just I like a lot of these guys.
Tyreek Stevenson is really nice, but you already took a corner.
I already took a corner, yeah, sadly, because I actually really like Deonte Banks. I think for this spot, that would be a decent selection. But you know what? I am going to go with, I mean, it's the third round. It's not the sexiest thing here, but I know we do need to get another tackle in here for the eventual Lane Johnson replacement. I'm not saying that Bergeron would be this guy, but the Eagles do have one of the best offensive line groups in the NFL, has one of the best offensive line coaches in the NFL who just signed a contract extension in Jeff Stoutland. And listen, we've obviously seen some later round talented offensive linemen grow into starters in this system here. So it wouldn't surprise me if we could do the same here with the tackle out of Syracuse, Matthew Bergeron. Would be a great selection to learn under Lane and Stoutland, maybe for a year or two, depending on how long Lane's going to play, and eventually take over and continue the offensive line dominance, hopefully. So I'm going with Matthew Bergeron.
All right, I'm going to throw it to my screen real quick, and I'm going to go at pick number 78 in a similar mind frame. It's like death, taxes, and Jeff Stoutland developing amazing offensive linemen. And there is one offensive lineman that has just elite measurables, physical tool set, 6'7", 300 plus pounds, great athleticism, just super raw, extremely raw technique. He had a really down week at the Senior Bowl. The guy I'm talking about is out of BYU, Blake Freeland. Just a massive, massive dude. Just really inconsistent. Like there's on 1v1, he'll look dominant. The next 1v1, he looks like he's just not quick enough. But again, give him a year under Lane, or we'll see what happens with Lane. I don't know if the Eagles win next week, what happens there. But assuming he comes back, Blake Freeland with his measurables, learning under Jeff Stoutland as the future at right tackle, is just too much to pass up. Pick number 78, that's my selection.
Well, the Eagles do love their raw and talented offensive linemen, and they've certainly shown that they know how to build those guys up and make them into all pros. So,
yep.
All righty. Let's see. I am at pick 95 here. Towards the end of round 3, I have gotten a tackle. I've gotten an edge. I have gotten a corner. And I think this is an easy selection for me. This is a person I have drafted multiple times over our drafts. And listen, I am, while it may not always be sexy building through the line, it's obviously what has gotten this Eagles team to where it is. Hey, their depth in both offensive and defensive line is the best. Honestly, it is this is the core of this team. And you're going to add another interior defensive linemen. We don't know what's going to happen with Hargrave or Cox. So you already have Jordan Davis there to build upon. Adding Gervon Dexter to this mix only strengthens, again, what is already a strong portion of this team. So easy selection, Gervon Dexter to the Philadelphia Eagles in the third round.
Love it. Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't really addressed interior defensive line on my end yet. I don't have a pick until 209. I made several trades, so might as well just wait till you go.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's see where mine falls here. I want to say that did I give up any of my picks? I might have. Let me see. Because now I want to speed this up. Oh, there we go. 134. Okay. All right. So I got two defensive linemen. I have my my tackle, and of course my corner in Christian Gonzalez. Let's see here. Ooh.
This is where it's going to get tough.
This is where, again, honestly, because of the Eagles season and just how, involved, we all are. I have not gotten my chance to kind of dive in like I normally would, which is a great thing. Believe me, I'm glad that I haven't gotten a chance to dive in like I want. So yeah, this is definitely where the little knowledge that I have is starting to fade as far as specifics for these people here. But I will say, I do love a good safety. I think we'll probably need a safety at this point. Depending on, again, free agency. We have so many free agents. This is gonna absolutely completely change our thought process once free agency is the first couple of weeks of free agency, and we see who stays, we see who we add, because we have a lot of free agents. It's going to be, as you said, it is going to be an exciting but stressful offseason for sure. But I'm going to go ahead and grab Quindell Johnson, safety of Memphis.
Jalen Duncan's in there? Oh, I can't believe how far he's fallen. That's interesting. Sorry, I just saw board.
No, that's quite all right. Yeah, listen, I'm at this point, I'm going for what I believe is what we're going to be needing, at this point when the draft actually hits. And, with the uncertainty of Gardner Johnson and Bradbury, these are positions that we're going to need to replace or to help get younger. Again, I think we all knew going into the last, this year, that safety was probably the weakest point on this defense, and obviously Gardner Johnson certainly helps that for sure. And Epps has certainly stepped up and played a lot better than I think we all expected. So, yeah, I think adding an actual safety that we can trust out. Unfortunately, Kayvon Wallace isn't that guy. And I don't think he ever will be. So I think it's time to move on from that.
Love it. All right. What's your next selection? 209. All right. So I'm going to go up here and go to my screen. So I'm sitting here for the Birds at 209. Quick shout out to this dude, Elijah Higgins. He's going to be transitioning to tight end in the NFL. Really inconsistent Senior Bowl. Big wide receiver. So he's going to be moving to tight end, but I already got Darnell Washington, who I absolutely love. So we're not going to go that route, of course. I'm going to scroll down here. I'm looking at all these names. And I'm going to hit next page.
Oh boy.
And I'm going to keep scrolling down till I get to the guy I'm going to take. Shout out to Jaden Reed. If you're, I to get him in round 6 would be absolutely crazy. I think he's almost a day 2 guy now. He was arguably also one of the big winners of the Senior Bowl. Amazing release off the line, athleticism,
Nice.
wide receiver out of Michigan State. But I'm going to go this guy, Jay Ward out of LSU. Great size at 6'2". But what do we know about Philadelphia Eagles? They love to play 5 defensive backs. They love guys that can play all over the secondary. Jay Ward has extensive history playing safety, playing cornerback, playing in the slot. Jay Ward is an interesting developmental guy, and I think here in round 6 would be a great selection. So I'm going to go Jay Ward, another guy for Gannon.
Yeah, no, that's smart because while again the uncertainty of Bradbury and I think with the injury history of Avonte Maddox, and then you look at the rest of the corners on the roster, and it's no one has really ascended, and you have a couple of young guys that can make plays, but you don't really have a guy that seems to have won that number 4 spot, if you will. So absolute depth is huge here.
Passing league, man.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. All right, so I obviously am looking for a tight end. I think.
Okay.
Looking for.
Let me see if I can help you.
More depth here, offensive, defensive line. But I'm actually going to go with my favorite position in the world. And that's linebacker. And that is going to be Mr. Dee Winters out of TCU. I've seen, some good tape on him. Obviously, watched him in the college playoffs. I thought, he was the type of guy that was everywhere and was just making plays. And yes, he obviously needs to be coached up and kind of hone in on some of those skills, but the raw skills are there, and he's quick. And honestly, I think, with some coaching up and depending on if Edwards is here or not, him and Dean 5 years from now could be a nice 1-2 combination should he develop the way I believe Winters can play. So to get him in the 6th round, honestly, I think is a good value for me because I think the potential is a lot higher for Dee Winters. So going with Dee Winters.
Nice. Very nice.
I mean, just in that college football playoffs, man, you couldn't take your eyes off of him. And that, again, that says something to me when you're in a big stage and you're just making plays.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I'll throw it to mine real quick. I'm at my last selection. I'm going to take BPA, and I'm going to go with the guy I already talked about, Jaden Reed, another wide receiver. But the thing I'm thinking about is helping out the Eagles special teams. He has his experience returning kicks, punts, and I think his athleticism could help in that area. And give just more competition for Quez to kind of take that next step in his development. As a 7th round pick, I'm good with that. So I'm going to go down here to Jaden Reed here, Michigan State. I just got done talking about him, and he lasted until the 7th round for PFF. Again, I think that guy is a day 2 guy, and that's great value. Before I hit the grades, I'm going to yours.
Yeah, listen, everything you're saying about this guy sounds great. And the fact that he's lasted until the 7th round, always sounds good. So, all right. So obviously I'm not going to go with a fullback. Not really the Eagles style. Haven't done a lot. But I am looking at a. Honestly, we should pick up punter. Our punting woes lately.
That is true.
Honestly, it really wouldn't be the worst pick in the world.
Shout out to Michael Wilson. Also had a really, really good Senior Bowl.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a name right there. I don't think PFF updated because these guys won't be round 7 guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would assume they have not updated their stuff. But I am going to go ahead and take a tight end finally. I'm going to take Roy Willis out of Oklahoma. Again, I'm not thrilled with everything that we have in the tight end 2, 3, 4, etc. And just again, hope that he can kind of be a guy. And I think the ideal would be what we had when we went from Selleck, and then we went to Ertz, and then we went from Ertz, and we went to Goddard. Mm-hmm. We need to find that next guy eventually. I mean, we may not necessarily, we'll have Goddard for a while here, but still, we need that next guy on the roster to kind of build up. And, again, late round guys will surprise you. So,
yep. Mike says, damn, I missed the half the mock already. We're about to recap it anyway. So let's look at yours real quick, Ryan Reese. Go ahead.
All right. So they gave me a B for my trade back. Probably could have gotten a little better value, but Houston was being a little stingy. I guess D'Amico Ryans wasn't too thrilled. But I like again, the positions that I hit. I got a replacement for Bradbury. I got another. Actually, I got 2 people on the line in Carter and Dexter to add to the rotation. Got somebody to replace Miles Sanders. Another tackle to, again, maybe the eventual Lane Johnson, but regardless, somebody that can learn and build up. And then just kind of filled in other positions I feel like we could use some depth at. I'm not thrilled with our, outside of the starters, what we have behind those starters at safety. And again, also same with linebacker, depending on how that shifts out. And then, of course, need someone to step up for tight end too. So PFF gave me a B overall. I'll take it. Wasn't my best. Again, it's the first time I've done a 7-rounder so far this offseason. And again, like I said, my learning of these draft players and the process has been delayed, thankfully, by the Philadelphia Eagles.
I think I've covered like probably 150 guys now, and that rounds 4 to 7. I don't even know if I probably knew maybe 10% of those guys.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's
so much.
Yeah, that's how it all starts. Is you get familiar with the first rounders and then the second, and you kind of build your way slowly backwards, and then kind of keeping track of after Senior Bowl, the risers, the fallers, etc. throughout the process, pro days, etc. Combine. So I'll eventually get there. I'm just happily delayed in my process.
Mike says, I'm a big fan of Christian Gonzalez. Hopefully he can be a better Bradbury. Not a fan of Andre Carter, though. Hopefully he balls out. Thanks your D Winters pick at that point as well. We also have Patrick in the house. What's going on, Patrick? Thanks for joining. Let's throw it to my selection so far. Favorite pick for PFF was Tank Dell in round 2. Kind of followed suit there with Ryan. I traded back a couple times. Got Christian Gonzalez at 15 as well. Will McDonald, an edge rusher at pick 31. I think he's sensational. Look at Darnell Washington. Blake Freeman just went with size. I have so much size. 2 back-to-back 6'7" dudes. Wow. And speaking of, Wow, yeah, this is a pretty tall group because Jay Ward's 6'2", Jaden Reed like 6'1". Like this is a pretty tall group. Big people beat up little people is the theme of this draft because there's a lot of guys with all of these guys. I think Will McDonald's like pretty average, like he's 6'4", but that's pretty big. So I like this draft. I think Tank Dell and Darnell Washington would be major components to the Eagles offense to make it just maintain its elite level in respect of red zone offense. Putting Tank Dell between AJ Brown and Devontae Smith would just be unfair for teams. They wouldn't be able to, nobody would be able, Tank Dell is guys like kind of like Debo as well. Like you can put them all over the place and it's just a potential matchup. Mismatch weapon at the next level. Blake Freeman. God.
No, I was just going to say, I love your two second round picks. I mean, Darnell Washington is slowly becoming one of my favorite tight ends in this group, and just the fact that they gave you a C- is ridiculous. But I mean, just with those additions on the offense. I mean, an already scary offense would just be too much for anybody to handle.
Yeah, Mike says, what is the chances Howie trades back for another first for 2024? I think I did that for my chaos draft. I traded back did I get a future first?
I think you got a future first and a future second.
I don't know. I have to go back, but I definitely don't remember. That was a while ago. Pick up Sean Clifford. Oh my God, he's not getting drafted, man. Wow, that's the best comment of the day so far. Oh my God. thanks for the comment, Scott. That is wild. Sean Clifford, man.
What did they give you an overall grade there? B?
They gave me a B.
That's pretty standard.
Filled in a lot of holes here. I think Blake Freeland has a lot of upside under Jeff Stoutland. I think Jay Ward is a solid nickel defender. Kind of like CJ Gardner-Johnson can play in the slot, can play safety, really good size, nice development piece. And then Jaden Reed, I just went best player available. I think he was sensational at the Senior Bowl. Can create separation off the line, which is absolutely huge, but mainly for special teams, returning kicks, punts, and help out the Eagles special teams, which absolutely this season. If there's any area to complain about, that's it. So there. Let's wrap it up, man. What do you got going on at Philly Sports Alliance?
Oh man, too much. This week is nuts. I think I might be doing a show like every night.
Really?
I just can't wait. Honestly, this is going to be the longest week for just forever. I'm not going to get any work done. I'm just, it's just going to be too much. But yeah, we have shows throughout the week. Like I said, going to be doing something pretty much almost every night, maybe with the exception of like Thursday. But follow us on Twitter right down here, YouTube. Make sure you follow. We give follow backs, and of course, Facebook. Best place to follow us. Put on those automatic notifications after you like and follow. That way, you know exactly when we go live. But not only do you get all of the Philly Sports Alliance shows, but you get all of the Painted Line shows that are coming through that stream live directly through our Facebook as well. So check that out. We appreciate all the love and the support and everybody who comments and shouts us out. And just rocking and rolling. It's going to be a long week, but a fun week. And I hope to see many of you at maybe next week, middle of next week. Just hanging out in the city for some random reason.
Love it. Go check out Philly Sports Alliance wherever you get your Philly sports content. You can follow me on Twister Crockpot. I have Birds of the Round Table on Tuesday. Cannot wait for that. We've got top matchups to watch between the Eagles and the Chiefs. And I've got a collection of 20 prop bets that Ryan and Shane do not know about, and I'm going to get their reaction with some of those That'll be a lot of fun.
Can't wait.
Yeah, and I'm going to track them all, and we're going to just see how they go during this Super Bowl. Tonight we have Sixers versus Knicks post game. I'll be doing that with Tiago and my man Sean. That'll be around 8:30, and then Party on Broad will be Thursday at 7. Just more Chiefs, more Eagles, and more NFL draft. If you love the NFL draft, I dropped the top 10 winners of the Senior Bowl on offense and defense, 2 different videos. Put just a ton of information in there and highlight reels as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And really the next step will be just kind of getting ready for the upcoming draft combine and things like that. So follow my man on Twitter at Philly Sports PSA. You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Crockpot. Hold on, we got one from Sean. What's up, guys? Joey Fisher, offensive lineman from Shepherd College. Wow, I have to check him out. I don't know about Fisher, but I'll for sure check him out. Love it. But again, follow Ryan at Philly Sports PSA. I'm Dives. For Ryan, for myself, stay awesome, everyone. We'll see you tonight for Sixers Knicks post game. Stay awesome.